Hi, kids. Okay, on this day for film history, July 25th, we're going to talk about one movie, two people. Let's get started. 1986 is the release of Maximum Overdrive, the Stephen King directed film based on his short story, Trucks. King, in his words, directed this while he was coked out of his mind. Some of the production said they don't remember the coke, but he was drinking the entire time. Um, should have put this in my camp series that I'm doing. This is very campy. I remember this from my childhood very much. Segments of my family, huge AC/DC fans. You've got the music of AC/DC in this. You've got that Green Goblin truck. There's a lot of things that I remember from this film. I don't even have to try. You've got Emilio Estevez. And another thing I really remember is Yardley Smith is in this, and she is yelling a lot. Maximum Overdrive, just fun. So let's move on. 1914, we have a birth. It is the birth of Woodrow Woody Strode. Died in 1994 at the age of 80. As a young man, he was very athletic, very athletically gifted in a number of fields. He played on a football team with Kenny Washington, which I think is one of the first African American to sign a major contract in the NFL. And he also played on the same team with Jackie Robinson. Broke the color barrier in baseball. So right alone, there's that. We have a feather in his cap, but Woody Strode, better than that. He ended up playing in the CFL, the Canadian Football League, I think for 2 seasons. Was an all-star both seasons. His first season, he won the Grey Cup. I'm Canadian. This is our Canadian football. We have bigger balls. Grey Cup is our big award. It's our Super Bowl. Won the Grey Cup his first season with the Calgary Stampeders, I believe. And then his acting career took off. Primarily featured in westerns. I think I mentioned him in my episode for Once Upon a Time in the West. He was in a lot of films of John Ford. He was close friends with John Ford. Respected John Ford for boosting his career, or trying to anyways. If you weren't the other two famous black actors at the time, he didn't really get a lot of opportunities. Maybe even they didn't. But yeah, very close friends with John Ford. Present when John Ford passed away. I believe he was at his bedside. Now let's go on to a death. In 2020, we have the death of Olivia de Havilland. She was born in 1916, which means she was 104 when she died. She was born in Japan. I think her father at the time was an English professor in Tokyo. Her mother was an actress. Her sister, I think their half sister, Joan Fontaine, who I've mentioned on this channel. She's in Hitchcock Pictures, right? A Suspicion and Rebecca. I think I did that in the Film Noir series. And star romantically linked but never actually hooked up with Errol Flynn, Ventures of Robin Hood. She's in Gone with the Wind. She's also in, since I'm doing camp, she's in Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, which was supposed to be a sort of unrelated spiritual sequel, you could say, follow up to Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. So we were going to have Betty Davis and Joan Crawford again in Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. Joan Crawford dropped out. I wonder why. So Olivia took over in that. And then, of course, I think she won an Academy Award for To Each His Own. That's it. 5 minutes is good. Film history for July 25th. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.